All right, welcome back. And on this video, we're going to really get into talking tech and how tech can really help you scale your business. And like I talked about earlier in some other videos, is I really see a lot of companies not leveraging technology. They're either not leveraging it the correct way or they're just not leveraging it at all. Okay, so when we talk about tech, we're talking about I don't even know if you'd classify a website as tech anymore because everybody has one. But sales funnels, the process of sales funnels, ordering processes, autoresponders, landing pages, VSLs, maybe, depending if that depends on the business or the service or what it is. But I know, insurance agencies and investment agencies, they have video based stuff. Maybe not a VSL that's a 20-minute VSL, but VSL stands for video sales letter, by the way, if you don't know what it is. That's what it stands for. So it's taking the old school written sales letter and making a video out of it. Okay. Now, how to sell automation, maybe a webinar. Okay. Webinars can be done for, especially for service based things. Even not as much for physical products because that's usually store related, but definitely in the service field. Okay, so let's kind of talk about these a little bit more in detail, each one. So autoresponders, what are they? What is an autoresponder? Well, you'll all of us are on autoresponder lists, mailing lists, every one of us. If you get, sometimes we get, I call it spam email. We all get it sometimes, and we wonder, gosh, how did I end up on that? I didn't request that information. Well, your email was probably purchased from some third party and put into an autoresponder, and you started to receive emails from somebody you maybe don't even know. But that's spam marketing, and just don't even do that. There are actual laws. The CAN-SPAM Act is a law against spamming people in email. But you can use autoresponders very effectively to communicate with your audience. And it is just that. You can plug it in. I have one specific autoresponder of mine that sends out automatically copy that I've already written. It sends it out every single day for 6 months. And I don't even have to touch it. It's all automated. I send out good content to my readers, to my viewers. I send out promotional things for them to purchase things. I send out life lessons. I share personal things that are going on in my life here and there. Not too much of that, but a little bits and pieces here and there when they're teachable moments. But there again, that can be used in any industry. It doesn't matter what that industry is. You can use an autoresponder. Some autoresponders that are common, GetResponse, Aweber, they're the cheapest, kind of some of the cheapest, but good delivery systems. If you have a CRM that you're currently using with your business, it probably already comes with that, like Infusionsoft or some of those other bigger brand named companies, but they're far more expensive. If you're a small business, you can scale to something like that because you don't need something that robust. So autoresponders are key to communicate with your audience, and it's a great way to do it. So um, now, landing pages and websites and all these types of things, they're all tech. Outsource them. The days of paying two, three, $4,000 to get a website built of some kind, or a sales funnel or something like that, those days are long gone by. We don't need programmers. We don't need any of that. There's so many avenues now with WordPress and custom made themes that are already beautiful themes. You can go to, I shared this resource with you, these few resources with you way back in some of the previous videos. Uh, Fiverr.com, that's a good place to go and outsource website stuff, funnels, so on and so forth. You can leverage Upwork.com, freelancer.com. We also have our own in-house teams that do that stuff for us. And if you're interested and want to leverage our teams to build some of this tech out for you, we can certainly probably do it for a lot cheaper than anybody else you're going to find to do that. But my point is, you're not going to pay rates that you may be used to from hearing about 10 years ago. 10 years ago to stand up a website was extremely expensive, where today you can stand up a full website, fully funneled, product ready, $1,000, $1,500, and they look beautiful and they're ready to go. It's not just a static page. You're all plugged into processing, payments, the whole 9 yards. So much of that, don't try to do it yourself. Okay, you end up with a product that looks like, a third grader did it, and you don't want to do that. All that hooks to your autoresponder with opt-in pages and all these things that help you leverage building that audience. Okay, and if you don't have those things in place, you're missing out and you're leaving money on the table. Your first small scale could just be as simple as bam, plugging in some tech, boom. That scales you an additional $30,000, $40,000 a month. I'm just throwing that number out there. I'm not saying that's the number. I'm just saying it could do that for you, depending on the product or service that you're selling. Okay. Then we get to VSLs, video sales letters. Video sales letters are great. And the reason why they're great is because people are just strapped for time nowadays. So, instead of the old school hit a page and it's just got tons of text on it explaining, oh, well, this is the latest and greatest widget and, this is going to change your life. You plug it into your computer and it does all this cool stuff and yada, yada, yada. I'm just making that up. But my point is people just don't have time to sit there and read, this book on a page. Imagine that very same copy that's now put into a video explainer that's 5 minutes long, short, sweet, and to the point. It's 5 minutes long. It explains exactly what you want it to explain. And right underneath of it is a buy it now button. Do you think your conversion rates will be higher? That's not a question of whether they will or not. On average, conversion rates for video explainers or sales letters are about 12% higher with website traffic as first-time cold buyers. Okay, so a video makes all the difference. I do a lot of my own video. I'm not really much of an editor. I don't edit stuff. I like to do most things that are just raw and true and not go back and make it all pretty and, that's not real. What's real is putting out good content into the world and people get to see your authentic self. Okay, which is what you've seen here. It's just me and my authentic self. All of my videos that I shoot, I don't ship them off somewhere and have them edited and prettied up and all that stuff. Now there are professional videos that I do have and I do that are that way. But that's very engaged for a different thing, not for teachable moments like this, but for, if I'm trying to sell to my audience a $100,000 coaching program, I want that video to be very, very professionally produced and look awesome. Why? Because that's a big investment for somebody to make. And you want them to have the warm and fuzzy that, wow, this guy knows his stuff. He's got very professional material, so on and so forth. And, the material that I usually do for courseware is no different than a teacher standing up in a classroom. A teacher standing in a classroom doesn't have an edit button as he's teaching his class live. So I treat everything as if, when I'm teaching a class online like this one, in my mind, you all are sitting in my living room and I'm just standing here teaching you. There's no edit button. I can't rewind something that I said. Okay, so everything has its purpose for use when it comes to, sales copy, sales letters, so on and so forth. But that's technology that should be leveraged, and it drastically increases conversion rate. Okay, automation as far as webinars go. If you're selling a service related product, webinars are fantastic for that. They're great because it's a process. You're providing super amounts of value up front, and then you're closing a sale, and you're doing that on a webinar that can be basically washed, rinsed, and repeated. Okay, you do it live once, or don't do it live, just record it, and then you can use something like Webinar Jam. There's many different places you can use, and it creates the illusion as if it's a live webinar, but it's all automated. You've shot it once, people can pick a time to join it, they think they're in a live webinar, and that webinar sells in the background over and over and over and over again, and you don't even have to be present. Now, one thing I like to do, even though it's a recorded webinar, I'm not there, but I always have one of my assistants there to answer questions during the webinar itself. It even gives more of an illusion that it's live. And there again, the customer support base is there to answer questions along the way, and your customer will feel better going through that process. So automation's super cool. It's super cool, and it is a super scaling tool. And if you currently don't have it in your business, you need to get it in your business, because we're in a whole new age of technology, and technology is trumping old school. And it's just going to continue to be that way. And if you really want to take things to the next scale, you got to pull the technology piece in and do it right. If you need help with that technology piece, get you pointed in some really good directions to get technology in place for you and help you scale your business. That will in turn help you scale your business going forward. Okay, so if you need some help with that, feel free to reach out to my team, and they can get you in some of the right directions to help you with this technology piece. All right. See you on the next video.